Vlookup and HLookup functions in Excel are very useful to a lot of Excel users. How we use them depends on how the data is structured. So in this case, you have two tables here for Vlookup. So you have a table with 3 columns, and the columns are color code, items, and color name. The other table within the Vlookup area here has the color code and the color name. And what you want to do is that you want to populate this one with the value in the color name. So in this case, it's like red for our. So how do we do that is we apply the Vlookup function. So in this case, you have the address bar here. Just type equal sign and then Vlookup and then open and close parentheses and then click on the function symbol here. So here it brings you to the function arguments for Vlookup. And what you need to do is that you need to define each of these parameters here. So the lookup value is actually this value here. The table array is actually the array of columns where you want to find this value from. In this case, the color code and the color name. Highlight both of those columns. The column index number is the name that corresponds to the value that you're trying to look for. This is the first column and this is the second column, so you should type 2. And the range lookup, in this case, if it's an exact match, then we have to type false. So click on OK. So here, I just want to make sure that you're going to use F4 to lock the array. Make sure that the columns and the rows are locked in one place, so that if you copy this one, you will get the actual value for each of those color names. So with HLookup function, it plays a pretty similar role to the Vlookup. The only difference is that the color code, items, and color name are situated in only one column, and then the color codes are actually the columns in your table. So in this case, the same thing. In your address bar, type HLookup, open and close, and click on the function symbol here. And then the lookup value is here, R, and then the table array is the same as this one here. And then the row index is the converted or the translated value for these particular values here. So in this case, it's row 1 and row 2. So you type in 2 and then again type false and click on OK. And you want to make sure that you're also locking your columns so that when you copy and move it to the other columns, the array will not move. It will be fixed in one location. So copy this one over here. And there you go. And that's how to use Vlookup and HLookup functions in Excel. Sometimes you're working with a two-dimensional data where you're asked to find the value within your data for combinations of segments. So in here, this is actually my table here. And I was asked to find where the size is actually medium and the name is John. So the value that I'm actually looking for is the medium and the name of John. The value should be 87. So with a Vlookup and HLookup functions, they're not going to work with this kind of problem. So how to solve this problem is by using the index function and also the match functions to determine the values of selected segments. So in this case, how I would do it is equal sign and then index. First, select the array of data that you want to find the value for. And then comma, and then type match. And if you want to match medium first with all the rows, so click on medium and then comma and then highlight the sizes and then comma and then 0 for the exact match and then type match again and do the same thing for the columns. So here John is one of the columns and then comma and then highlight this one, and then comma again, and then 0 for the exact match. And there you go. So if you want to find Alan, and then low, type low, then type Alan. And that should give you 95. And that's how you should do it.